Hey everybody, Liz Productions5784 here, and I would like to welcome you all to my very first Q&A. Now, originally I was going to do one when I had 100 subscribers, but I kind of forgot about it and I was a bit lazy, but now I'm officially doing this one because I had reached 500 subscribers. Well, that was when I made the announcement. I had like at least, last time I checked, 645 or something, but I really thank you for that. And also, this is also to celebrate my first year on YouTube, because yeah, my account was created in 2012 because of that Google Plus thing. It was like created automatically, and I didn't have much activity back then. And yeah, I uploaded my first video in October of 2014. It was just a slideshow of some drawings I did. Not the best, but what are you gonna do for your first video? But it wasn't. No wait. Actually, I had a gap till like in January of 2015 when I had gotten my first microphone. It was just a crappy old headset because yeah. But yeah, that microphone just had bad quality, and like this microphone I'm using right now, believe it or not, it's actually just a pair of earbuds with a built-in mic. It's really good quality. So for those of you who are doing voice acting, I recommend using this because it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing my Q&A here. So first off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has submitted their questions. I'm gonna answer them all. And when I come to your name, like if I mispronounce it or something like that, I really apologize, and I hope you can understand that. And also, I want to thank for all my subscribers and comments and likes and all of that. I thank you guys so much for helping me. No, I want to thank you guys for like letting me stay on YouTube. It's really amazing how you guys are just so nice to me. Okay, so enough of the intro chit-chat. Let's get to questions! Alright, the first one is from Tommy Bauer, I believe it is pronounced. What are your thoughts on Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure? It was amazing. Honestly, yeah, according to what the trailer said, it was Thomas's most exciting adventure yet. I mean, it's pretty amazing how, like, yeah, they combined the railway with the sea. Well, like, yeah, I'll be coming to Skiff pretty soon, but basically this movie has literally blown my mind. I love the new characters. I am thrilled that they brought back some of the old characters. Like, they brought back Daisy, Donald, Douglas, some more Jack and the Pack characters. It's pretty amazing, and like the music, the score was amazing, because I love listening to music. And honestly, the London Symphony Orchestra, or I don't know what orchestra it was. I should have done research. Sorry. That orchestra was just phenomenal. It was amazing, and like the animation was wonderful. It's really amazing how they've improved the animation like over the years in CGI. The story plot was also great, and the voice actors was also great. Like John Hurt voicing Sailor John, that was so spot on. He did amazing as Sailor John. Crap, I forgot some of the actors' names. But you know what I mean, like, you know, the voice actor for Ryan, I think it was Eddie. I only know his first name. I forgot his last name, darn it. And, you know, the voice actor of Skiff, both of them did great. And, like, yeah, they kept the other characters. Oh, and also, for the first time, bringing the Arsdale engines, Rex, Mike, and Bert to the screen. That was just awesome. I even like their song cover of Never Overlook a Little Engine. It's like, when is this now, a musical? But it's still a great film, and I love it. And I'm excited to see what their next film is. I think it was called like The Great Race or something. But I'm excited to see more from Hit Entertainment and all that. But that's my thoughts on Sodor's Lost Treasure. What made you start joining YouTube? Well, I first joined YouTube, like I said, last year, 2014, but beforehand, I was browsing through some of the videos that people were making, like, you know, remakes with their, you know, Thomas remakes with their Toys or Trains programs or something like that, and I came across Rosie the Cutie 1995's channel. She was, like, one of the first females I've seen who has an interest in Thomas, and her videos kind of inspired me to maybe do that. Like, she's a female, if she can do that, I guess I can do that too. And I was first nervous because, you know, I don't know how they would react. And yeah, my first video was just drawings and that. But when I posted my voice impression talents, I was pretty amazed how some people complimented on that. It was like positive ones. But yeah, that's what made me start joining YouTube. It was basically the inspiration from Rosie the Cutie 1995 and how some people around my age create videos of this. So like, yeah, if they're gonna do this, then I guess it can't hurt if I can do it as well. Do you have any collection of Wooden Railway or Take It Play or any other merchandise? Well, if you guys have recalled my Wooden Railway collection, that's what I have. It's not that big of a collection. Hopefully I can post a link, you can check out the collection from there. It's small, it's not that much, but I remember I played it a lot with my little brother. We played them for quite a while, like, you know, even like when the Thomas show is on, we just play them along with it. Pretty fun. But other than that, I don't have any other Thomas toys. However, for merchandise, my brother once owned a Thomas costume. It was like, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was a Thomas costume, and it came along with a conductor hat. He wore that one Halloween, and it was adorable on him. And even today, we own a pair of Thomas and Friends bed sheets. My brother still sleeps with them, and they're still in good condition. It shows the characters' faces. Just the characters' front ends. Like, it shows Thomas, Percy, Edward. No, not Edward. Gordon, Henry, and James. I think that's from what I remember. But yeah, we own a pair of Thomas bed sheets. Ami Murhak, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but he asked me, what is your favorite Railway Series book? Well, I have quite a few favorites, but back when I was young, I mostly liked the Duck and Diesel trilogy. Oh, first of all, I never got to mention how I own this Thomas and Friends book collection. It's like all the Railway Series books in one book. Not like, you know, the Christopher Audrey stories. It was mostly just the Wilbert Audrey stories. But yeah, that's what I own today, although the cover is torn off. Thanks to my brother, because he kept reading that. But yeah, back when I was young, I liked the Duck and Diesel trilogy, but today I would have to say that my favorites are Troublesome Engines, Percy the Small Engine, and I believe Edward the Blue Engine. But mostly it's just mostly those two, Troublesome Engines and Percy the Small Engine, because, yeah, I'll explain why in a short while, because someone asked a question about that. Are you familiar with old cartoons such as Looney Tunes, The Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Ed, Edd, Eddy, etc.? Yes, I am. They play Looney Tune reruns on Cartoon Network in the mornings, or at some certain hour, and I remember seeing those, and yeah, I watched that, and they're just funny. The Flintstones, I have honestly not seen that show before, although I wish I could, but I don't have access to Boomerang, which I believe is the channel that the Flintstones is playing, or yeah, duh, I could just go on YouTube and find the show myself. But no, I've not seen that show. Scooby-Doo, yes, I have seen it. Yeah, of course, like, there are many different variations and regenerations of the Scooby-Doo characters, such as, like, you know, What's New Scooby-Doo, or the original Scooby-Doo series. My mom was a fan of Scooby-Doo when she was young, and yeah, but Scooby-Doo is, like, yeah, a good show. It's funny. Ed, Edd, Eddy, yes, I love that show when I was a kid. I miss the old Cartoon Network shows. Yeah, that show was pretty funny. The animation I didn't understand as a kid. I mean, like, you know, the characters were shaking, but I guess that's how the animation was back then. Another popular old cartoon show I used to love back then was the Powerpuff Girls. I loved it. I especially loved Bubbles because she was my favorite Powerpuff Girl. I once dressed her as Halloween, and I had bed sheets of the Powerpuff Girls. I was a big fan of the Powerpuff Girls back then, but with the new generation of the Powerpuff Girls, I'm not so sure. But I like their movie, the Powerpuff Girls movie, like, you know, the origin of them. It was a pretty good film. But still, yeah, I love the Powerpuff Girls back then. What is your opinion on anime such as Cowboy Bebop, Pokemon, Sailor Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc.? These days I hardly watch anime. I probably must have watched, like, 1 or 2 episodes of Pokemon, but I've never seen Sailor Moon or Yu-Gi-Oh or Dragon Ball Z or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know if Avatar: The Last Airbender, like that old Nickelodeon show, not the crappy movie, I don't know if that one counts as an anime, but I loved that show as a kid. But they had to go and ruin the film. Ugh, that sucks. But I used to love that show as a kid. Trainboy14 asked, what was your favorite character? Well, I don't know if you mean, like, what's my favorite Thomas and Friends character, because, yeah, of course, I'm, like, this is like a Thomas and Friends channel or whatever, but I have quite a few favorites. Let me just get the list out. Okay, so here are some of my favorites, and they are in no particular order. They are Thomas, Edward, Percy, Emily, Duck, Donald and Douglas, Bill and Ben, Samson, Mavis, Hero, Lady, Sam, Peter Sam, Rusty, Luke, Millie, Bertram, Proteus, Oliver and Toad, and Ryan and Skiff. Yeah, quite a list. What impressions do you do? Well, you guys have looked into my channel. I could basically do most of the female engines from Thomas and Friends. I can do Percy. I could somewhat do some other male roles, although, when I record them on my recording system, it just doesn't sound like the one that you would hear from me in person. That's the thing that kind of stinks when recording your lines. But yeah, that's what I could do with Thomas and Friends. I've also done several other impressions. I don't know if you've seen some of those old videos of mine. I could do the Powerpuff Girls. I could do some SpongeBob characters. I could do some Disney characters, like, I don't know, just something random. I could probably do Olaf. Hi, I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Yeah, mostly some stuff from Disney. That's about all I could come up with. I'm kind of hoping that maybe I can do some more impressions, but that would be on my second channel. What was your favorite scene? Favorite scene from what? I don't know if you're referring to an episode or a scene from a film. Well, if only I knew what you were trying to ask specifically. I wish I could answer this question, but I have no idea what scene from a movie or episode or something you're talking about. I'm sorry, I wish I could answer, but I can't. Sorry. Mr. the Hedgehog, he asked me, what inspired me to make my own series of Thomas the Tank Engine? Well, I pretty much answered that from that other question, how I was inspired by people around my age and Rosie the Cutie 1995's videos. That pretty much inspired me. Although, I haven't really started on a series, but I'm kind of hoping to. What is my favorite Thomas and Friends character? Well, I just pretty much answered that as well. What is your favorite short or episode you made? Well, let me take a look at some of the shorts I've done. Okay, if you're referring to my, I guess I would say pretty short series of something called Wooden Thomas Funnies, I guess I would have to say that, my favorite shorts from that are the third one, which is Henry's phone gag. That was a reference from a Muppet Show episode. I thought it was so funny that I just wanted to do a reenactment of that. And another one was Edward's Elder Swear. That was a reference to a Potter Puppet Pals episode. Hopefully I'll post a link on here. But yeah, I just loved that episode from them so much that I just decided to do it because I saw some other people make a somewhat similar video to that. And yeah. I also liked how my sprite animated videos came out good. My first one was the Rosie Storm remake. I mean, yeah, there wasn't much animation, but it was just a beginner's thing, but I have to admit it was pretty good. And yeah, I just added some extra sound effects. And so does The Lost Treasure and Where's My Treasure Scene remake. I'm pretty amazed how a lot of people have like, viewed that. It was like over 100,000 views. That's really amazing. I don't know what was so amazing about that, but not much animation in that video as well, but it was still good. But I am kind of quite proud that I have accomplished the treasure chase scene in sprite animation. I mean, yeah, some of the animated shots looked pretty sloppy or just not right, but I put a lot of effort into making that because I had a feeling that someone would be posting the treasure scene remake soon and I wanted to be the first one, but and so yeah, I just wanted to finish it. But yeah, if you wanted to check out my treasure chase scene remake, go ahead, I'll post a link to that. Okay, Tank Engine 97 asked me, what are my favorite Thomas fan films? Well, for starters, I quite liked the Tobias and the Half Pariah film. I thought that was pretty intense. Yeah, a little dark, but it was still a good film. I noticed his posters and trailers for Tynes' next film, which is Tobias and the Arcane Merchant, I believe it was called. But I'm starting to have second doubts about that, because it looked a little more dark than the first one. The first one is still pretty good. I also like the Railway Inspectors When the Engine Split movie. That was a pretty good film. You know, I liked his custom model characters and, like, you know, the story plot. I thought that was pretty good. Also, his choice of soundtrack was great. I recognized some of them, like Toy Story or Doctor Who or something like that, but it was still a pretty good film. I liked it. Oh, also I liked Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3's movie of The Search for Smudger. I thought that was a great story. Kind of gave us a better meaning to why Smudger was gone and why Bertram just suddenly appeared and why he has Smudger's face. And yeah, I liked that film. Oh, I also liked Bram Grote Films' film of Thomas and the American Invasion. I thought that was also good, like his use of his American models. Yeah, I'm sure he's glad he got that finally done and out of the way. But I thought it was good. Even, like, you know, the clay animation for some parts, or I don't know. But I thought that was pretty good. I also liked Thomas Wood and Railway's film of The Legend of Diesel 10. I thought that was a good one. Kind of like, you know, a little prequel film before Thomas and the Magic Railroad. It was a pretty good one. And another Bram Grote Films film, which is The Six Vanishing Engines. I thought that was also good. Yeah, like with his use of the Ertl models and the animation, that was pretty good. And plenty of, you know, Enterprise and Engine episodes and D199 episodes, that kind of stuff. Because their work is so great. They're just so fantastic. I wish I could accomplish something like that, but I first don't have a big collection or, like, you know, plenty of space to do that. Kind of wish I do, but oh well. What do I think of season 19 so far? I honestly have to say that some of the episodes were pretty hilarious. Yeah, I had a grudge against maybe a few of them. Some of them didn't turn out so good, or maybe the story plot wasn't the best, or some details or whatever. But overall, I'd say so far, season 19 is looking great. The animation is getting better, the stories are becoming interesting, and they keep adding some new characters, like, you know, very recently, and like, I think was very important sheep. They included Trevor, and yeah, I know he didn't have a speaking part, but hey, he made an appearance! That's kind of telling us that they're gonna probably add more characters soon or something, I don't know. But I'm kind of looking forward to that. But it's still pretty good. I am liking season 19 so far, and I'm excited to see what's coming, like, you know, at the next movie or season 20. I'm excited for that. Diesel2212 asked me, what are my favorite rides in Disney World, and where do you like to go there? Well, I don't know if this is referring to like both of them in one question, but well, let me first say that, you know, my favorite parks at Disney World are the Magic Kingdom, a little of Epcot, a little of Hollywood Studios, but not so much of Disney's Animal Kingdom. But I mostly like the Magic Kingdom. Now for my favorite rides, they are, again, in no particular order: Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the Haunted Mansion, the Jungle Cruise, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train ride, that was really awesome, Space Mountain, and that's all I can come up with. There's a few others I like. That's in the Magic Kingdom. In Epcot, I like the show The American Adventure. That was a pretty good show. Mission Space, Test Track, Soarin', or Soaring, sorry if I mispronounced that, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, and Spaceship Earth. Honestly, that ride is just so beautiful, Spaceship Earth. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, I like the show Fantasmic, the Great Movie Ride, the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular show, the Lights, Motors, Action Extreme Stunt Show, Muppet Vision 3D, Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith. I really love that ride. The new Star Tours ride, The Adventure Continues. I tried it a few years ago, I believe, and it was pretty amazing. The Toy Story Midway Mania, that's awesome. And I kind of like it, it's fun, but I kind of still have a grudge against it. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. That's in Hollywood Studios. In Disney's Animal Kingdom, not much there, but I mostly like Expedition Everest, the Finding Nemo musical, the Kilimanjaro Safaris, and the Cali River Rapids. What is your favorite candy? Well, I like anything that is chocolate, whether like it's fudge or chocolate bars or something like that. I love chocolate. I also like sour gummies, like sour gummy worms, sour Patch Kids. I like Skittles. That's all I could come up with, but that's my favorite candy. What movie am I looking forward to the most? Well, for one thing, I'm really excited to see Star Wars 7. It looks pretty awesome, and I'm really excited to see that because, they're bringing back old actors, they're introducing new ones, and new characters like, BB-8, I think that's the new droid's name. He looks adorable, or if it's a she, I don't know. But, yeah, that's one thing. Another movie I'm looking forward to, like I'd like to see, is the Pixar movie, The Good Dinosaur. It looks pretty interesting, and, well, I kind of had this thought. I don't know if this movie's gonna be a reference to the first Ice Age movie, because, a dinosaur randomly sees a wild kid, and the two of them become best friends, and I think the dinosaur is trying to protect him and take him home. Kind of like the same thing in Ice Age, maybe. But I have to see the movie to understand it all. But I'm interested in seeing that. I'm somewhat interested in seeing the Peanuts movie. It's just, yeah, I'll have to look into that. But those two films, The Good Dinosaur and the Star Wars films, those are the ones I'm looking forward to, and I hope I can this winter break. Thomas Fan Forever asked me, what makes Percy my favorite character? Well, he's funny, he's adorable. I like how, he likes to help others. He has that really kind personality, just like how a little kid is, like when they're so innocent and young. Because, yeah, Percy's the youngest member. It kind of makes Percy my favorite. Also, I like some of the stories he's been involved in and how he kind of got into trouble. But, yeah, that pretty much explains why I love Percy. He's just so cute and funny. And what is your least favorite Thomas special? I don't know if you're referring to the movies or something, but, let me first just say that I have not seen all the Thomas films. There are still a few I would like to see. I have not seen Calling All Engines or Misty Island Rescue. I have somewhat seen King the Railway. I have seen Tale of the Brave and, of course, The Adventure Begins in Soda's Legend of the Lost Treasure, but, there are still a few I haven't seen yet. So, right now, I don't really have a least favorite right now. Yeah, I heard some people say that, Misty Island Rescue sucks, but, I don't know because I have not seen the film yet. So, I wish I could answer your question, but I don't really have a least favorite right now. I'll see if I can figure that out sometime. But, sorry. Joseph Marison asked, what are your favorite Thomas episodes? Well, I have quite a list, but I'll see if I could name off quite of my best favorites. They are in no particular order, like, from whatever season, but I'm just gonna name the title from what I could come up with because I have my list out. I like The Phantom Express, The Missing Christmas Decorations, Toad's Adventure, Disappearing Diesels, Old Reliable Edward, Who's Jeffrey, Trouble in the Shed, Percy Runs Away, The Flying Kipper, Off the Rails, Down the Mine, Wild Water Rescue, Millie in the Volcano, Emily Saves the World, Samson at Your Service, Percy and the Signal, Duck Takes Charge, Percy Takes the Plunge, Pop Goes the Diesel, A Close Shave, Brake Van, Duncan and the Grumpy Passenger, The Perfect Gift, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, The Diseasel, Ghost Train, Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree, Diesel Does It Again, All at Sea, Escape, Rusty to the Rescue, which is the season 4 episode, Thomas Meets the Queen, Cranky Bugs, Toby and the Flood, Haunted Henry, Stepney Gets Lost, The Beast of Sodor from season 19, Snow Place Like Home, and Diesel's Ghostly Christmas. That's about all I could come up with right now. There's still a lot of other favorites, but, I'm gonna keep going and going and going, so that's all I could name right now. What is your favorite season of Thomas? Well, I would have to say I like seasons 1, 2, 3, a little 4, season 18, season 19, and a little of season 17. Those are my favorites. What is my opinion on the director's cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad? I would have to say it's somewhat okay. I mean, there are some things that I don't agree with, and there are some things I do agree with. Like, yeah, I kind of wish they would have kept P.T. Boomer, but I can understand how he would be the main villain instead of Diesel 10. And they include more human scenes when the movie should be focused on Thomas. I mean, yeah, I still have a grudge against that. I mean, come on, this is a film on Thomas, not on Lily, not on Burnett Stone. Yeah, I know they play important parts, but still, it should be focused on our number 1 blue tank engine. But yeah, I would have to say that the director's cut is somewhat okay, although yeah, there are some differences that I kind of don't agree with. For example, Lady doesn't speak and only Thomas understands her. No, I prefer Lady to speak. And, I like it. I like it when it was made like that in the final cut, when, Britt Alcroft voiced her. That was really special. Farquhar Engine asked, why do people ship Thomas characters? That is a very good question. Well, I guess it's because, just like in any other fan base, people do that for fun. And I know, yeah, people shouldn't spread it like wildfire or whatever, but hey, I mean, sometimes people just want to be creative. I mean, yeah, this mostly focuses on DeviantArt, but I guess not that much on YouTube, or maybe it does. But yeah, that's, I guess, my answer for your question. I mean, yeah, I kind of do ship some Thomas characters because, they kind of show that in the series. Say, for example, I ship Thomas and Lady because if you notice how in the movie, they are like, Thomas is saying, Lady, you're a really helpful engine. He's kind of expressing his feelings or something. I don't know, that's just something. And, well, I don't know. And another thing, I kind of ship Emily with Henry because in that one episode, it showed how Emily was concerned for Henry when he wasn't feeling well. I think it was called What's the Matter with Henry, that episode. But yeah, she was concerned about him, and it kind of showed her kindness to him. So, yeah. But overall, shipping Thomas characters, like I said, this is just all being creative or, just being fun. And yeah, I know it kind of is a bad idea to share this with people who don't do this stuff. But we just keep this to ourselves. So, yeah, even though like I'm sharing this answer with you guys, please respect my opinion and yours, and I hope so. Narrow Gauge said, firstly, congratulations on nearly reaching 500 subs. Thank you for that. Although I've already reached over that limit, but thanks again. And he asked, are you a James Bond fan? And if so, what is your favorite Bond film? I have not seen any James Bond films. My parents do, but I don't watch it with them. And my dad owns a soundtrack of the Bond films because he's a James Bond fan. But honestly, I'm not really interested in it. And I'm sorry about that. If you were a writer of Thomas and Friends, what story would you write? Well, currently right now, I am kind of developing some stories for my series. I have one on hold. I have not started on the animation, but I've finished the script and gotten all the audio from my voice actors. And sorry if I'm kind of spoiling this for you guys, but this one is titled Skiff Sailing Adventure. I'm not gonna tell much about the story, but you know, that's one of my episodes. Hopefully, just hopefully I can get this done during winter break. I had a few other ideas, but some of them were just total failures or didn't sound good. One of them was called The Pirates of Brendam Docks. It was like, you know, where diesels from the other railway came to Brendam Docks and stole cargo, and Salty knew them, and he was like, I was once a pirate. And it's like, well, aren't you already a pirate? It's like, oh no, I've done worse things back then. And it kind of like gives a backstory to Salty. That was one episode idea. I had another episode idea, which I'm kind of getting started. I mean, you know, I haven't started, I just got a few notes or whatever, but it was titled Duncan in the Boombox. Probably not a good title, but I'm not going to say much. Let's just say that, you know, it's Sodor in the 1970s or 80s, and Duncan's crew, like, just thinks their work is boring without music, so they brought in a boombox, and Duncan likes it, but the other engines don't, and he gets into trouble with it. And, I had this one Christmas special, but now I'm not so sure if I want to, create that. I mean, I'm kind of getting lost with it. The story plot's not going anywhere, but it's titled Thomas and the Christmas Star. Basically, it just talks about how a random star falls from the sky, it lands on Sodor, and when the engines find it, Lady tells them it's called the Christmas Star, and like when they place it on a tree or something, the star can grant wishes. It's like, you know, a magical star unlike any other Christmas star or something. I don't know. But that's all I had. I'm not so sure if that's gonna be made, but yeah, that's like, you know, some of the stories that I'm currently writing, or kind of developing. But those are some story ideas if I would include them in the series. What's my favorite fan-made series on YouTube? Once again, this is in no particular order of my favorites, so I'm just gonna say what I have here. But some of my favorite fan-made series on YouTube is Daniel Alsop's series. I thought that was pretty good. Diesel 2212's Tinmouth Team series. I thought some of his characters were creative, as well as some story plots. I liked Enterprising Engine 93's series, because I really like his sets. It's so amazing. I also liked James Fan 1991 series, because that kind of got me started into doing sprite animation. I mean, yeah, he created his own series and stuff, so I kind of thought maybe I should do that too. I like Milk Tanker Media's series. I thought some of his story plots were pretty intense, and it was amazing. Like, it always kept me at the edge of my seat, and when it came to the ending of the film and said to be continued, it's like, oh, come on, we were getting to a really good part. But yeah, I like that. And, of course, everyone agrees or whatever, I also like Miss Oliver and Blossom series. They're too hilarious. I also liked, Rosie the Cutie 1995 series. I thought her story plots were adorable and funny and pretty cute. I also like Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3's series, because his series are too funny. The videos are hilarious. I always keep watching them, and I'm excited to see more. Yeah, those are some of my favorite series, fan-made series on YouTube. And sorry if I kind of missed anyone, but these are just some of my favorites for right now. Trainman3985 asked, out of all the Thomas movies, which ones do I like or dislike? Well, remember how I mentioned that I don't have a least favorite right now because I've not seen all the films, but as of right now, the movies I currently like and possibly love are Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Tale of the Brave, The Adventure Begins, and Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Those movies are just my favorite. The Thomas and the Magic Railroad movie, I've had that on VHS as a kid, and I loved it, but I lost it. Or we broke it. I don't know what happened to it, and I miss that show. But I'm so glad that, I found parts of it on YouTube and all of that. But yes. How did I get into My Little Pony and Thomas and Friends? Well, for the My Little Pony part, honestly, I have not seen the show. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to see it. It looks kind of interesting, but I've not seen an episode of it. But for Thomas and Friends, it started when I was really young, and my brother was watching a video of Thomas and Friends in the living room one Saturday morning, and when I came in there and saw him watching it, I joined him. I don't remember what movie or video or season it was, but it was the model series, and I enjoyed it, and I kept watching it, and I liked Thomas when I was young, and then I lost my interest in it in middle school, but then I got back on track, no pun intended, to Thomas 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a year later or so that I joined YouTube. But yes, that's what got me into Thomas and Friends. Is there a real life steam engine you like? Well, honestly, I don't really have a favorite because I don't know that many trains, and I'm really sorry. I have ridden Amtrak every once in a while. I have ridden a steam train, steam engine train in Canada one time, but I was so young, I do not remember the name. But I remember it took us somewhere in the mountains or whatever, and there my family and I hiked or something. But it was a good ride, and I liked it. And I also went to a Day Out with Thomas event, and that was really fun. I was young, of course, at the time. Duck and Duncan asked me, what is my favorite sport? I mostly love baseball, because I played a lot of that when I was a kid, all the way to middle school, I believe, yes. Unfortunately, when I tried out for it in my high school team, they said I was a part of the team, but I could not join in any games. And I was like, then what is the point of that? So I kind of lost interest in playing it. But I still go to my home baseball games because, the stadium is right where I live. And yes, but yeah, baseball's my favorite sport. I enjoy football every now and then, only if it's a home game or if it's a really important game, the Super Bowl game or something. But honestly, I don't really watch football or basketball or golf or any other sport other than baseball. What are my thoughts on The Great Race? Well, based on some of the details that I've kind of read, this kind of sort of reminds me of that one Planes movie, this, I don't know if it was the first or second, but I've not seen either of them. I should try to, I don't know. But, with Thomas taking part in a race with other engines on the mainland, kind of reminds me of that Planes movie, or maybe Cars 2, for example. I don't know. But introducing new characters, characters from around the world, I think it would seem. I think I've read somewhere that one character is from India, a female, I think. But that would be pretty interesting, and I hope that they bring in some more characters from the original series or something. But I'm kind of interested in seeing this. It's just I gotta see a trailer or learn more about this and see how it is. If you could choose one character to return, what would it be? Well, I have a list of characters that I want to return, but for one thing that's on my mind right now is Terrence. When was the last time we have seen Terrence? It was like in the model series or something. I don't remember what season, but he's been gone a really, really long time. And we should really bring him back. I mean, yeah, they brought back Birdie, but seriously, Terrence was before Birdie. He rescued Thomas from the snow. You should really bring him back. But yeah, I would like to have Terrence return to the series. Game Geek asked me, who or what inspired you to make videos on YouTube? Well, I pretty much already answered that question. It was Rosie the Cutie 1995 who inspired me, and other people around my age who created videos like that. And yeah. Nicholas Montagnino, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but he asked me, what are my favorite shows on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon? Well, I kind of somewhat already answered that. On Cartoon Network, back then, I used to love the Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I also somewhat liked Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was from the old shows of Cartoon Network, but today, the only show so far I like of Cartoon Network is Adventure Time. It's still my favorite. Some of the other shows are like, nah, I don't care. For Nickelodeon, I like SpongeBob, I like The Fairly Odd Parents, I like iCarly, a little of Drake and Josh, and I think that's all I can come up with. But those are my favorites. I was pretty sad, when iCarly finished its season, like entirely, like really finished the show, but it was still great. Do you think that the Culley Fell Mountain Railway engine should appear in CGI? Yes, they should. I mean, they've already done the Arsdale engines. They should bring back other Railway Series characters, such as like Bear. That's one thing. Yeah, they should bring back the Culley Fell Railway. They should bring back several of the Railway Series characters and other stuff. But definitely, yes, they should bring back the Culley Fell Mountain Railway. But here's the question: is there a mountain or a railway mountain? I don't know, mountain railway like that on Sodor anywhere? That's the question. Because if there is, then yeah, they would definitely make an appearance. But I don't know if there really is. But yes, just I don't know. But yes, it'd be really great if they did make an appearance. Which characters from the Railway series do you want to appear in the TV series? Well, I kind of already answered that in the second question. Sorry. Sam the Thomas Fan 2 asked me, what are my top favorite YouTubers you love? Well, I kind of already answered that question. Well, maybe that was just only for the Fanmates series, but if you're talking about, like, my favorite channels, I guess I can try and label them. Okay, so once again, this is in no particular order of subscriptions. I might be over the 10 limit, but yeah, here's like, my favorite YouTube channels. I like Bram Grote Films, Brendan Reese 10, Caleb Train, Da Wilstonator, Diesel 2212, Diesel D199, Edward Alba, Enterprise and Engine 93, Hero the Japanese Train, James Fan 1991, Kane Fan 701, Ken Friedel, Light and Cold Productions, Michael Hickox, I can't pronounce that, Michael Hickox Films, Milk Tanker Media, Miss Oliver and Blossom, NWR 1991, Rosie the Cutie 1995, Steven Garcia 118, Taylor Z, Tank Engine 97, the Sodor Steamworks, the Thomas the Tank Engine Community, the Thomas and Friends official channel, Thomas Fan Forever, Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3, Thomas Take and Play Productions. That's like, the popular channels, but like, here's some channels that, I'm friends with. And sorry if I probably don't say your channel name. I mean, I have hundreds of subscribers, but yeah, I'm just gonna label some of the channels that I'm friends with, and yeah. But here we go. I also like Andrew Homer, Bryberry, Christopher Bouchard, Colorheart Carly 42. Can't pronounce that. Luca Dollar, Narrow Gauge, Amin Merhak, Puppet Streamers, Sam the Thomas Fan 2, yes, even you, Sam the Train Fan, Seth Savengros, I think, oh, no, Trey Lumber 844, and Zephyr 4501. That's about all I could find. Those are really my friends, and again, I'm sorry if I did not see your channel name, please don't judge me or whatever, but yes, those are like some of my favorite channels. I have hundreds more, but those are just some of my top favorites or whatever. And there you go. If you had to choose a different Thomas & Friends engine to be your Trainsona, who would it be? Well, as you can see, I am, based off of Percy, but I guess that it'd be pretty interesting if my Trainsona was in ladies form. Because, yeah, that was like my second option when, yeah. I would like to be in ladies form. Because, I thought, it's pretty cool. If the people of Thomas & Friends were holding auditions to find a voice for lady, would you audition? And what would your reaction be if you got the role for lady? Well, I don't know if, they ever do announce auditions. But if they do, then I would definitely want to try out. But it's just that I don't know if they want me to speak in a British accent, which I'm sure they would have to tell me to do that. But if you have seen my lady audition video, and probably a lady impression video, you probably heard how it sounds so soft or calm. But that's basically what my lady voice is, and if they did cast me, I would be absolutely shocked. But the first thing is, I don't know when they are going to bring back Lady. I mean, she was only shown once or twice, but still. But yeah, it'd be really great if I got the role, or any role in Thomas & Friends. I'm sure any other voice actor had the same dream, they would want to voice the character in Thomas & Friends. But, like how I said, I don't know if they ever do spread the word, hey, we are looking for a talented young actor to voice a character. I don't know if they ever do that, or how they do it. But it'd be pretty awesome if that did happen.